Hello, once again, to the Credit Bank Small Business Spotlight, where we spotlight inspiring business owners. We learn their stories and they share what drives their success. We are sponsored by Credit Bank, where you can get up to $500,000 in working capital with monthly payments really fast. I'm your host, Irv Cruz, and today I am joined by Alex Thoric. He is the co founder of Building Income on Demand. Alex, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Fantastic. Well, I always start my episodes by going back to the beginning. What was going on in your world before you co-founded Building Income on Demand, and why did you start that business in particular?
So I guess I'll give you the short version of it. So I was part of a network marketing company
Okay.
about 7 years ago, and I was looking for ways to. I'm sure you know how the business model works, where you can sell products or services, and at the same time you can recruit other people in order to grow your organization.
Right.
So I was kind of fed up of running after people in a way, and I wanted to bring people to me. So I started searching for a solution, and I found out about funnels. So I started learning more about that, digging in, and then that's where I got into email marketing, ads, social media, and everything that you can think of that's related to online marketing. So I was able to create a system, realize that there is a huge potential. Then my business partner and I, so who he was actually my upline, I showed him the process, the system, and at that time, I was going to college, and we had to do some research and talk to different business owners because I was in the business program, and they were mentioning that they have hard times understanding like how to use social media, like what are they even supposed to do. So we started a marketing agency, helping them with their marketing needs online. And then fast forward to now, I would say so over that's what we've done over the last 6 years. And we noticed that there is a pattern where business owners kind of they get stuck in the same they pretty much have the same issues when it comes down to online marketing, to
Right.
marketing their business, to getting leads, getting customers, because that's like if you don't get customers and you don't get sales, you're not in business. So that's pretty much the lifeblood of the business, leads and clients. And we decided to come together and open a marketing consultancy and a training company where now we take business owners by the hand and we help them implement all the systems. We teach them, we train them on how to use them so they could do it on their own.
That's fantastic. So what did you do, at the onset to actually market yourself? How did you get your name out there and let the public know this is what we do, but this is also why we're different amongst the others that are in the space?
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, it was a lot of, I would say, manual one-on-ones, networking events, being part of communities and groups like BNI, where you have different entrepreneurs and you have access. Well, you can build connections, you can build relationships, and that was the beginning part. Then we also started creating content and running some ads in order to build that credibility in the marketplace. And that's what works really well these days is a mix of content and ads, because the ad cost itself um, in the online marketing space is going up. And if you'll be just running ads, that might be a bit expensive because people's trust level is way lower these days, where people are not trusting anyone these days.
Right.
And we do need to have that connection. And you know how it works. You do business with people when they know, like, and trust you, or vice versa.
Yeah, and I know when you're first starting out and you want to launch, this idea and put this mission and this passion, if you will, into motion. It can be tough for a business owner to secure the financing they need to launch their dream, if
Mhm.
I can put it that way. So, how did you manage that early on?
So in our case, we started. I would say like we literally started bootstrapping, and
Okay.
because we were providing a service, it was a little easier compared to, let's say, doing it with products. Because with products, you do need to get more investments. So we started as a bootstrap, but then we got well, definitely credit card and a line of credit. So we had a
Okay.
line of credit as a more of a cushion, but then we mostly used the credit card for day-to-day operations,
Right.
for the advertisements for different softwares that we would need to use. And we've tried to not to spend too much, because the moment you start adding all of the different subscriptions, the bill can easily go up to hundreds and even thousands of dollars.
Right. And when so how long have you been in business?
It's been 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your most proudest moment or biggest achievement in the business?
The proudest moment, I would say, so I've worked with multiple different industries. Think of gym, spa, real estate, restaurants, insurance. Uh, but one of my favorite industries is gyms or fitness. So during COVID, or say when it was right prior to COVID, we started working with this local business owner. He was running a local gym where they were doing group trainings. And then when COVID hit, everything got shut down.
Right.
So in their case, they moved online. So they were training people online. They were still enrolling new clients, new students. And then when things at that point, what the business owner told us, he said, Alex, I don't want to stop advertising or marketing. What we did is, because he had an email database, we leveraged that. We
Right.
did decrease the ad spend, because again, they were not able to get the ROI as fast, because not everyone was interested in doing the workouts online only. But then when they started lifting restrictions, they were able to train outside. So they started enrolling more and more and more people. And then again, like we never stopped advertising. So by the time all the restrictions were lifted, they opened the second location in the city nearby. And at the same time, we had another client who also they were running a gym. They had to shut down in the first 2 months
Mm.
because they had a different mindset. Like
Oh.
they didn't think that they were gonna make it through. So
So
it really comes down to the mindset, I would say, of the
okay.
business owner.
Okay. So I want you to share with our listeners, again, talking about your journey and your experience. Running a business, it certainly has its challenges. Um, when you were getting the business off the ground, what was your biggest hurdle, and how did you overcome it?
Uh, well, getting it off the ground, most of the times it's like in my case, it was building that credibility. Well, because you're starting out, nobody really knows you, who you are, what you do, can you really do what you say? So it's building the credibility, creating the awareness. Um, the best thing that could be done right in the beginning is to maybe. So I'm going to talk about the service based, because that's what I've been doing
Okay.
most of the time. Um, is providing the service, maybe get a couple of clients and provide the service for free, so you can get kind of case studies and results and testimonials.
Right.
And whether it's, I don't know, let's say photography or workouts, and you want to, your goal, your vision is to have a franchise where you're going to go nationwide. But of course, you always start small.
So where do you see your business in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, our goal is to work with the biggest, let's say, brands in the insurance and real estate space, and training their agents and brokers.
Okay. So if you had, to get to that level, if you had the perfect resources and support in place right now, what would you say you change about your business, like immediately or tomorrow?
Um, if I'd have the support, we'll definitely get high quality people who would be able to run the operations, as well as train our clients. Those would be
Okay.
the two main things.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
uh,
should I should I should add one more thing, is get the capital to invest into client acquisition, because again, at the end of the day, if you don't know how to, or if you don't necessarily have systems to acquire clients, you can't really go far.
Right. That's great advice to those that are listening. Alex, can't thank you enough for sharing with us all about building income on demand. For those that want to follow you and connect, how can they find you?
They can visit our website. It's buildingincomeondemand.com. They can reach out to me on any social media platform. It's Alex Thoric.
Fantastic. Well, Alex, thank you once again for sharing your story with us. And to our listeners, if you've enjoyed this inspiring spotlight, be sure to subscribe and tune in for more. If you enjoyed this video, click here to watch another exciting episode.